Hello Griffins, it's Grewcock here. I just briefly wanted to touch upon what we're going to be looking at in our afternoon topics as part of our creative curriculum. Our topic this term is Darwin's Delights, where we're exploring all about the work of Charles Darwin, a profoundly important scientist who created our theory of evolution. Over the course of the topic, we're going to be looking at Charles Darwin as the man and his life, his theory of natural selection and evolution, and how that has impacted the world today. It would be super helpful if at home you could do your own research on Charles Darwin and to create a list of facts about him that you could present to the staff and your peers. Thanks so much.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Quick here. I'm here to talk to you about our English for this half term. This half term, our reading, we're going to continue with Kiss of Death. It's a book that the children are really enjoying at the moment, and it's continuing with our story about Eam and the plague, which was part of our topic last half term. Although this half term our topic's moved on, we still want to carry on with that story, and the children will still be looking at ways of retrieving information. They'll be looking at how to make inferences. We're also going to do some SAT style questions to get the children ready for year 6. In writing, we're going to be looking at writing a biography. Now, as we know, a biography is a piece of writing or a book about somebody, written by somebody else. We're going to be writing about a woman called Mary Anning. Now, we're writing about her because our topic for this half term is called Darwin's Delights. It's all about evolution, it's about how life forms have evolved. And Mary Anning was very, very famous for finding fossils, especially dinosaur fossils, in Lyme Regis. So we thought it would be really interesting for the children to write a biography, do some research and look at Mary Anning's life. To do this with a biography, we need to make sure we include the following things really. An interesting opening statement, something that grabs the reader's attention. The summary of the main events of someone's life. It's got to be written in the past tense because obviously these events have already happened. It's written in the third person because it's about somebody else. Passive voice is something the children have been working on in class. The main achievements. What achievements did that person have? What is their personality like? What were they like as people? And more importantly, how will they be remembered? We're going to bring all this into our writing and hopefully then we'll have a really informative biography that the children will have written. To help your children, it would be really useful if perhaps they could talk to a member of your family about their life. They don't necessarily have to write it down, but just listening to someone talk about their life story. What of these things are included? We know that a summary of the main events of someone's life will be in there, okay? How will they be remembered? Just listening to that will really encourage the children with their writing this half term. Thank you very much for listening.
Hello Griffins, Mr. Grewcock here, and I just want to quickly tell you about what we'll be looking at in maths throughout the summer 1 term. Our 3 main topics will be shape, position and direction, and decimals. Now, we've already done some work on decimals throughout this term, but that will be looking specifically at adding and subtracting them. We've also done a little bit of work on position and direction, but we'll be looking into further details about plotting coordinates. However, the first topic that we'll be coming up with is shape. And so I just wanted to show you a few things about how we measure angles in our shape topic. So there are 4 major types of angles that we'll be focusing on. We have a right angle. Now, a right angle is an angle that has a value of 90 degrees. You may recognise the degrees from when we look at temperature. We say degrees Celsius, and it still has that mini circle there, something we're already familiar with. So, an angle where I can draw a square, just like here on the board, is a right angle of 90 degrees. An angle that is smaller than 90 degrees is known as an acute angle. Easy way of remembering this is that it's so small, it's very cute. It's an acute angle. Then, over here, an angle that is greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees, we call an obtuse angle. Now, an obtuse angle, a really good way of remembering it, is that it's really fat, it's obese, it's obtuse. And then finally, we have what is known as a reflex angle. A reflex angle is an angle that is greater than 180 degrees. It needs to flex all the way round. Now, I've said 180 degrees quite a lot. 180 degrees simply is a semicircle on a straight line. Looks a little like that, okay? So an obtuse angle is bigger than 90 degrees, but less than 180. And a reflex angle is an angle that is greater than 180 degrees. We'll go into more depth in this very soon. Thank you so much.